A workflow instance happens anytime a workflow has been triggered and executed. For example, if you have defined a workflow within an incident, a new instance of that workflow is created every time a new incident is entered into the system, and the trigger condition is met. This gives you real-time insight into how your system is working. You can verify that all the blocks within a workflow have executed correctly. Next, you'll learn how to view a workflow instance. You can see workflow instances at a global level or within a specified business object. We will look at both ways in this course. First, let's look at how to view all workflow instances. You will need to open the Workflow Instance workspace. This will show you all workflows that have run for all workspaces. Starting at the home page, click the wrench to open the admin settings. Next, click on Workflow Instances, which is found within the Build settings as a subcategory of workflow. This list shows us all the workflows that have run in the system. We can also see the status and when they ran. If there is an error, that information is displayed below the list. This will be good to know when we start troubleshooting. This same workflow instance can also be viewed within the individual business object and record that it applies to. To do that, we need to navigate to the Schedule Entry workspace. To locate this, click More and select Schedule Entry. Expand, type Weekly Schedule, then double-click one of the weekly schedules to view that record. You can see at the bottom of the screen that only workflow instances for this record are displayed. Double-click any of them for more detail and view the instance. If you click on View Instance, the system will open the workflow. The red line shows you what part of the workflow has been completed. Now that you know what a workflow instance is, let's look at a troubleshooting example. You can see this defined workflow here that updates the category field to Facility Maintenance anytime that Facilities is selected as the team within an incident. Let's test this workflow and see how it goes. We have an incident open now, and we will set the team to Facilities and the category to Service Desk. This category will be updated to Facilities Maintenance if the workflow works as designed. Click Save and then refresh. We can now see that the category did not update. It still says Service Desk. Looking here at Workflow Instance, we can see our Update Category Workflow Instance is showing up. Click Go To in order to open this instance. You can see now on this workflow instance that Set Category to Facilities has an error message. Let's open this up. View the error message to identify reasoning for the update to fail. We read here that Facility Maintenance is not in the validation list of the validated field Incident Actual category. Scrolling down, we read further that Facility Maintenance is also not in the validation list of the validated field Incident category. This means that we will need to update both of these two fields in the workflow. Currently, we are only updating one. With this information, we can now fix the workflow. If we look back at the category dropdown for the service category, we notice that Facilities Management is not included in the dropdown. That's exactly why this workflow failed. Let's go back to the Workflow Editor. Within the Update block in the Workflow Editor, let's set the service to be Facilities Management. That will allow the category to be Facilities Maintenance, which we have already specified. Click Save. After publishing, we'll try this workflow again. Back now in the Incident workspace, let's look at the record with the category of Service Desk. Again, we want to see if Service and Category update if the team is set to Facilities. After clicking Save and Refresh, we can see that these fields did update this time. Now, click Workflow Instance and then Go To open this instance. You can see that there are no errors this time. Everything is completed and okay. We've now successfully used workflow instances to troubleshoot a workflow.